when we were children, my father had the radio here because he was electrical engineer.
You built a radio, didn't you?
And yeah, he did build a radio. Yeah, my father used to live in Hanover Street with his two brothers. My father was the eldest, and they were the very first people to have an aerial up because they built their own wireless when the wireless started. So when he came here, he built, because you used to have valves that big and condensers and all, everything was so big.
They were big.
Yeah, and you had to have a battery with acid in it, and clips went on it and connected to the radio for it to work. And the shed was my granddad's shed, who lived 2 doors down. And when Grandad died, they moved it into here, our garden, and my father ran electricity up there, and he had a charger, and people who lived in the area would come with their batteries, and he would charge the batteries up for them. Yeah. What my father did when we were children, Sylvie and I slept in the front room upstairs. We had to share a bed. And my brother was in the little box room, and my father had a loudspeaker up on the stairs, so when we were in bed we could listen to the radio. It might be like Dick Barton, Special Agent, a little play. Then he used to come and pull the plug out, time for bed, but we used to creep out of bed and plug it in. Wow. He was a DJ in the evening because he had an amplifier, he had a turntable, and he had a microphone. And we used to stand and talk in the microphone in the house, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, or try and sing in it, yeah. To go to Moulsecoomb Hall. He was a union man, a Labour man, and they used to have social evenings to raise money for the Labour Party. So he would go with all his gear and play dance music, like Victor Sylvester, for ballroom dancing. And he used to have raffles and things like that. And we belonged to the Woodcraft. Mr. Frost ran it. Elk. It was brilliant, and we used to go Hanover Crescent in the basement, and when you think about it, it weren't very big, but we used to play all sorts of games and do country dancing, Morris dancing, go for hikes Sundays and that, you know. And
we were very lucky, weren't we?
From here we used to walk right up Coldine Lane, along Ditchling Road to Ditchling Beacon, eat our sandwiches, drink our drink, maybe have a few little games, then walk all the way back. Because there wasn't much traffic in those little track, you know, so it was road, but you know. Yeah. We used to go in this lorry, didn't we? We would just sit in the lorry with all the gear. I can't remember if it had a roof. It might not have had a roof. I can't remember. But we were in a lorry with all the gear, tent, and we would go in this field, and you know, the boys. We all had jobs to do. The boys had to go in the woods to get wood for the fire, and then they had to dig this great big trench for the latrines. And when it came to, we had to go to the farm for the water and for the milk. And then when we had our meal, because the dogs used to cook it, we had to go in there's a stream there. We had to wash our plates and cups and saucers, and even wash ourselves in the stream. So they used to say, oh, we're down the other end, we're getting the dirty water down here. And all we had as a sleeping bag, bless Mum, it was just a blanket. And it was...
She machined it, didn't she?
No. No, she folded it over, and we had safety pins and turned up and safety pins.
Oh, right.
And we got in that, and that's all we had. Our clothes were our pillow.
Yeah.
The weather was lovely. And I remember hearing this lovely woodpecker in this tree. It was a beautiful big tree, and this woodpecker was there, you know, giving a call. It was lovely. We went to the Isle of Wight, didn't we?
I went to the Isle of Wight one year, didn't we? Yeah, we're lucky, really.
Yeah, and there was a thunderstorm, and we were sharing a tent, and the post broke, didn't it?
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, so we stuck in this tent, and it's pouring rain outside.
Yeah, so we went next door with Mary, got in her tent, then the men, they mended it for us. Yeah, we had a good. We really enjoyed our life, didn't we, as kids? We had a lovely life, really. We did have sadness, yeah. Yeah. During the war, they had great big barbed wire up the field here, like that and like that, you know. And I can't remember if the cows were there then or not. They might have been, but the German aeroplanes would come over and drop silver paper to stop the radar. But the boys, you'd crawl through this barbed wire and get it, you know. But after the war, when it was all taken down, we started walking over the downs quite a lot. And
walk right over to Falmer, couldn't we?
Oh yeah, we used to go down to Falmer Pond and get tadpoles and newts and that, didn't they? Oh yeah, it was quite sad. 2 years after the war, it was a Sunday afternoon. It was me, my brother and sister and quite a lot of us, and we crossed over the road, the Falmer to Wittendene Road, into this field, and I found a bomb which had gone off. It was a round one with a little wing. It was a mortar bomb, as a matter of fact. But they picked it up and carried it home and put it away. And I remember Sylvie saying to Leonard Aldridge, he said it won't hurt you, didn't he? He said that.
That's right.
But then after tea, my brother disappeared. And then I followed a bit later and he made a bonfire, put on a bonfire, killed him. And I ended up in hospital for 3 months. And one boy was screaming with his eyes, he ended up in hospital as well. One girl went away to get some more wood for the fire, so that was Marjorie, so she missed it, thank you. Yeah, so my brother got killed. The last thing he said to me, oh, a rocket's going to go up and a parachute's going to come out. Well, we didn't know. We didn't know. No one told us anything. It was April. He just had his birthday on the 9th of April. And he was born in 1934, wasn't he, his birthday?
Yeah, 1932, mate.
You said he was 14. You reckon he was 14? Because I was in hospital for 3 months, and when I came home, I weren't allowed to go to school for a year. I thought in case someone hit my leg or something, you know. But now I look back, I wish they'd given me some homework, you know, to do, because I had no homework. Sylvie was 14 when she left school. I was 15, I put it up to 15. And I think because my father was a school governor of Moulsecoomb Secondary Girls' School, which we went to. And I think they might have felt sorry for me and they made me a blinking prefect. And I thought, I've got to ring the gong, you know, for change of lessons. And I thought, how can I? I don't know the time. I couldn't even tell the time at that. The clock we had was Roman numerals and I just couldn't get it. And I had no help in learning how to tell the time. If they'd said the 5 times table, that would have been so easy. But we never had watches in those days, but one girl had a watch and she gave it to me. I could tell time then, because she was a prefect as well. So I borrowed my watch. We went to the infant school, then the junior school, and then we went down to the secondary school. And the secondary school, the infants and juniors was boys and girls. But when you got to secondary, you had the boys that side, the hall in between us, and the girls that side. And when Sylvie, last year at school, they started teaching French, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
But they only taught it to those in the A. So, and because I was in the B, so I never got an opportunity to learn French. But you came home and I sort of picked a few bits up from you, didn't I?
I learned it, yeah.
It was only for a year though, it wasn't long enough, was it? Wasn't long enough, they just started to teach you French.
Yeah. They didn't use it at all.
Yeah.
Not in those days, did we?
No.
Quite a life, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I got married when I was 24. I left here, I went to Chester Terrace. I brought my family up at Chester Terrace about 25 years. And then in the 1960s, we saw the bungalows where I live being built. The cul-de-sac of bungalows, 28 bunks. And we got a photograph, funny enough, of part of it. And my husband saw it advertised in the Argus. They were selling privately. So if that bungalow was at Patcham, it would have been much, much dearer because it's near council estate. That's why it was cheaper, but they're well built because it was self-built by the builders, the electricians, you know, the carpenters, plumbers. The house I'm in is the plumber's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We went there in 1987 when we had that storm.